Well, what's going on, everybody? I just fixed it. Yes, I just fixed it thanks to Mark Holmes. It is Wednesday night. Oh, I got my days all screwed up. But we have breaking news. Yes, breaking news. Breaking news. What I listened to today on the Mozzie Cilio show was bullshit, and I see Twiz in here running his mouth over there. I saw it. I heard all the bullshit. It's funny when I peek in over there every now and again, and I see other sides of people. It's all good. I understand. I totally get it. Jimbo, I saw you over there. Again, Mozzie Cilio is the same guy who had you winning 5 games last year. So I could give 2 shits what Mozzie Cilio has to say. And as far as Philly 500, he's just stirring the gravy, baby. He's just stirring the gravy. And it's all good. But the vile stuff that I saw in that chat, that was disgusting. But that's just me. It's ridiculous. But hey, if everybody, that's what everybody wants to hear, it is what it is. But I saw it. It's all good. You like to run your mouth. It's all good. I don't have a problem with it. But again, I see it's one of those. It kind of reminds me when you go to a game in Philly. It's kind of like the pile-on effect. You know, you're outnumbered, and you got Xander Krause with his. You're rocking the '80s Kangol. I love it. Doing bong hits in the back. Good job, Xander. Good job. Actually, no, Xander. I've been very, very respectful to the Eagles. Again, it's called class, my man. Sometimes you have to bow down and say, you know what? You guys were the best. So anyway, I got the link if anybody wants to hop in, and there comes Wade. Listen, that breaking news was a bogus report about the Cleveland Browns trading for Dak. Now, I'm on record to say maybe you shouldn't have signed Dak to the $60 million contract. But to think that Dallas is going to trade him, you got to be a dumbass. Nobody is going to trade for Dak Prescott right now, number one, and give you any kind of asset. Number two, it's too much dead money. Does anybody understand the amount of dead money that it would instantly hit the Dallas Cowboys? And you could spread it out over a few years. I get it. But it's total BS. There's no way they're trading Dak. Hey, trade him. You'll be in cap hell for the next 3 years without the quarterback. Let the hamstring off the bone. Let him go. Let him go play. Anyway, you didn't see me in that trash. West Virginia, I don't care, but I know Mark was, he quit his stream the other day because of all the vile stuff, and yet it was 10 times worse over there, but I guess there was a lot of people over there, so it's a little different. I don't know. I mean, it was bad. But hey, it is what it is. West Virginia country boy, you're in the hopper. What's going on, Wade? You all right, buddy?
What's up?
What are you doing?
At Golden Corral.
You ain't at Golden Corral.
Now, if they did trade Dak, they wouldn't have to take a cap hit for like 2 years.
They could spread it out, but the money still has to be owed.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting their panties in a bunch about, God.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't care if
I'm not saying I would. I was like, yeah, good, trade him. I don't have a problem with it. But the fact that just to shit all over the concept and laugh and joke when it's not even feasible. It's way worse than what the Eagles did to Carson Wentz. Way worse.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Has it been confirmed it's true?
No, it was confirmed that it was the opposite. And Mozzie Cilio was saying something like he's got sources. Yeah, that's the same sources that said that, he was coming to Dallas, and then on the download said, I don't ever leave my house, and I don't support I'm not going to go on anybody else's show. Come on now.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Dan Cilio was over here talking about. I was listening on the live stream with him, Mark, and Philly.
I was trying to, I think
Jay
I got
Gruden
to Philly
texted
once.
him and said he confirmed it.
Yeah, well, whatever. I like
Unless
normally
I hear
watch
that
his Mark's
from,
chat, but
I
I
didn't
watch
hear
his
anything
chat.
from Mike Fisher. I have no idea what he said, but
Yeah, no. Well, again, Mark,
I'm surprised he didn't do a live stream on it.
Mike Fisher will tell you after it's confirmed that it's not, that he's not. Now, it was already called off and said it was bogus from the Dallas front office. So but I
Well,
was
of course
in.
they're gonna say that, even if it was true, they're gonna
Well,
deny it.
it's true that the call was made to Dallas, but again, the amount of money that Dallas would have to eat, and I get it, you could spread it out. It makes
Should have never gave him that no trade clause.
But that's not what's stopping it, because you could tell Dak he's holding a clipboard and he will want to go. But again, that's not Dak Prescott right now. His cap hit for this year is $52.9 million. Okay. 52.9. That's his cap hit. Dead money is 190 million. And that's a pre.
Hell, you could probably eat that. You could probably eat that.
190
eat that in almost 1 year.
190 million. 190 million. No, and then it's 137 post June. Now that's cut. If you were to trade, I'm not really sure how that works. I guess the dead money's the dead money. So you're still going to owe the dead money over the next few years. But the cap number you could spread, I guess, to 52.9. But what's the sense? It makes no sense to even attempt to do that. You let them play out another year, and then you go from there. Now, this time next year, then I would say yes. I mean, anything can go, but they wasted.
What pick do the Browns have?
Number 2 overall. What are you going to get, Shedeur Sanders? I mean, he's not even a great quarterback.
I don't know if you'd get Shedeur. I mean,
I would go, but I mean, you're not going to trade your quarterback with no other quarterback on the roster except Will Grier if you're not drafting a quarterback, right? What are you going to do? I mean, go out and get who? Who's
unless they believe Dak's
Joe
injury
Flacco?
is, unless they believe they gave him the contract, then he had that major
What's up,
injury.
everybody? I'll get to the chat in a minute. What's up, everybody?
Which they believe that.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Randy, how are you? I was besides myself that they spent that much time talking about something that's never going to happen. It's just, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but like financially, it's never going to happen.
I'm not going to say never. We've seen teams do crazy shit.
Not this year. It won't happen.
But honestly, guys, and I'm kind of talking to you, Wade. Why would Cleveland want Dak? I mean, I'm sorry, but we don't like him ourselves. Why would they give a number 2 pick for Dak?
Because they're the Cleveland Browns.
Boom. There it is.
I mean, but I don't see us being able to get Dak's here for 4 years,
what they're
guys.
doing is dangling a carrot in front of the people who wanted Dak gone 2 years ago. Like, wait, and that's fine. But I mean, that's what they're doing. They're just playing with your heartstrings. The financial reality is Dak's going nowhere, at least for this year. I've been saying for months since he tore his hammy off the bone that it's going to have to play out this year, and then next year at this time you could let him go as a post-June cut, and he'll count $60.8 million next year. That's
right.
And you would still owe $137 million in debt for the however long, the next 4 years. But again, you would have a dead, and that's more feasible. Still unlikely with this franchise, how they don't like to burn money. You know that. We've seen them ride out players for long periods of time that have long since been shot. Fighters, you know what I mean? But yet they ain't cutting them, So it'll be interesting.
And my other thought is if you think Jerry and Steven are going to eat any of that dead money,
that's what I'm saying.
Ain't no way. So this is not going to happen. This guy just needed some freaking attention today, and he made a stupid remark. I mean, because he's got Cleveland pissed off. They don't want Dak.
Now, that guy, whoever Mark had, I don't know who the hell he was, but he's like, just let everybody know that you heard it here. Yeah, we heard that you're a jackwagon, and if I'm wrong,
Yes.
then I'm wrong. But financially, I know the Joneses, Wade. This isn't even about if Wade wants it. This is about if it's feasible, and it's not.
I agree, and I believe that I agree with Wade.
They
We
just
never
wasted
should have
everybody's
given him.
time, but it was a shit fest. That's what cracks me up. It wasn't
Yeah,
a
it
real
was.
talk. It was a, hey, let's shit on Mark Holmes. And I'll take him back that, whatever. It is what it is. Mark's a glutton. What can I say? He's a glutton for it. So
yeah, when he's saying that Dak's still better than Jalen, it's like,
well, he's in the chat, so tell him what you think.
I don't think so, Mark. Look, he went to 2 Super Bowls, Mark, and won one. I'm sorry. I know his team's stacked. But he got the job done.
I hate the whole Dak versus Jalen because that's not how football works.
No,
but
I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, like,
it is. It is.
He reminds me. Everyone's talking. Hey, I'll use this as an example. Everyone was talking hot shit about Troy. Oh, he's not better than Steve Young. Look at his numbers. He didn't have better numbers. Yeah, you know what? Troy got it done in the playoffs. That's all that fucking mattered.
Boom.
That's all that mattered.
Exactly. CZ's
in the house. You'll never hear anyone saying he was the best quarterback of the 90s, yet he had the most Super Bowls.
Yep. Let me get to the chat real quick. We got CZ, Isaac, Logan, Mouse, Oscar Perini, Felix Rojas, Dustin Bosley, Boats and Hoses in the house. Vinny Hagen. We got, I know I saw Twiz in here, EJB, Arturo Gomez. Who else we got? Mouse in the house. I think I said that. Who else we got? I know I saw Mark Holmes in and out. Daniel M, Jimbo, Chris May. We the Ones. What's up? We the Ones. What's going on?
Yeah, I was on Law Nation today, battling about Dak.
Yeah, again, I just think it's a waste of time. To Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. But hey, listen, if it were to happen, I would laugh because we'd be really screwed for the next. We would be screwed financially. That's all. It just makes no sense right now. We're stuck, everybody. We're stuck with them. Okay, Ultra Cowboys in the house. Bobby Murphy.
Yeah. I want that gone, but he ain't going nowhere.
Well, that's all.
I agree
it was just a
with
waste. It was just a waste.
And if everyone says, "Well, who's your answer?" I don't give a shit. Draft a quarterback. That's my answer.
John Gotti.
I'm ready to hit the reset button.
I was too. I wasn't ready for him to re-sign him.
What happened? Walker Wade was cutting into Law Nation today. What did John Gotti say?
No, because he was saying that in 2022,
no quarter connect over.
He was saying in 2022, no quarterback could have overcame 14 penalties in that game against the 49ers.
Nothing,
and I was
Mark,
like,
what John
Brady
Gotti just said. That's nothing compared to what I read in Lucilio's chat. I'm glad you didn't see his chat. I was trying to stick up for you, but it was rough. Bobby Murphy, I'll let you talk in a minute. Let me just get rid of the chat here. Philly D, what's up? Philly D's in the house. I think we're all caught up. We got Gil, 142 million with the trade. Yeesh, that's a lot.
Okay, so here's the thing, Brian. Law Nation and me were talking about this. He admitted it's true. We need a team around Dak.
All right, I'm all caught up.
Here's the problem. We don't got a team around Dak right now. So
and we're not going to
win. We're not going to have a team for a little bit.
No, we're not.
That's why I was arguing with Law Nation saying what I'm so pissed. What I'm still pissed off about is we had a decent enough, good enough squad to 12 and 5 seasons. We didn't capitalize on it. We couldn't get it done. Now the roster's in flux. It's all over the place. So our window for me right now is closed. And Dak couldn't get it done. The team couldn't get it done.
I think the best case scenario is to win enough games to be a wild card right now. That's the best possible case.
I agree with you. I agree that.
And again, I'm not here to bring everybody down. What's up, Jet? What's up, Jet Lee? How are you?
Yeah, like
man?
I want us to win, people. I'm not saying,
Mosley.
like Cowboys suck. I want us to win, but
we all do.
But reality, we got
to face reality here. Those 12 and 5
we're
teams
talking
are falling apart.
I just think talking about trading Dak when you look at the number, the raw number, It's just a waste of time. What are we talking about? What? Okay, so a team calls a team and just throws shit up against the wall. We're going to spend the whole I know it's fun getting shit on, but I just thought it was comical because it's not happening.
Okay. So if it could happen, Brian, would you do it?
Yes.
And you'd eat the cap.
I said going into the draft last year that I was at, I told Mark Holmes, I said, Mark, I got a weird feeling Dak's getting traded at the draft. And I said, it was the time. Remember, this was before he signed his mega deal.
Yep.
That was the time to do it. And it's not that I hate Dak. I love Dak. But, again, you got to weigh everything on the team. You know, at that point, they hadn't signed CD. They hadn't signed Dak. You know, so it was like they hadn't. And you remember that whole offseason leading into last year's draft? Randy, they didn't sign one free agent. Not one.
Right.
They didn't sign anybody. So go into my mindset, it was like unload Dak then, get whatever you can. And it was a better quarterback draft last year than it is this year. Shedeur Sanders would be a bottom of the first round guy this year, even if he may not even, he would be like the Bo Nix. That's what Shedeur Sanders is, everybody. So everybody's talking about trade Dak to draft Shedeur. Shedeur is not good, people. He's average. He's mid. His arm is okay.
Brian, don't you think if we would have done that we wouldn't have signed Dak in the first place?
But that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I mean,
that's another thing.
They've
made their bed, Randy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I'm like you, Wade. I at first,
I know
when
it's
Dak
not
still
sexy
came
and
out,
funny to say. I mean, I get it. It's a lot funner just to make shit up and listen to some jamoke, live streaming from a fucking hut in Ohio, saying, I got a source inside the organization. Who the hell is your source? You're wearing fucking Carhartt pants and a cutoff shirt, and I'm supposed to take you serious. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous.
Well, and this is what I want to say is,
excuse my language, everybody.
I love Dak when he first came out. But
yeah.
I've lost a lot of respect. Not respect, but at the same time, he's not the player that he once was. And two, honestly, our offensive and defensive line over the last 4 years hasn't helped Dak out. So I kind of got to hand that to him, too. I mean, he's not had the best of lines. And
I can't go there, man. I can't go there with you. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Randy.
Well, we haven't been able to run the ball, or we haven't been able to stop
the run. And I hear what you're
saying.
And the NFL is not for long, everybody. Like, do you remember when Dak came into the league, Remember, like, the type of player that he was? You remember Dak was mobile, escaped the pocket, made plays. He was never the mechanics / gunslinger. He was a break down, escape the pocket, stay alive, and then kill you with the deep throw. That's what Dak was. And he would run, and he can't do that now. So you need to put a team like the Eagles around him. And I don't know why anybody doesn't see it. It's obvious to me.
Well, it's obvious to the people that want to see it, and the people that don't want to see it, they can say what they want. But I'm with Wade. I don't feel that this team can win, and I don't
either. I love Dak Prescott. It wasn't fair for Tony Romo either. Remember, but his body gave out.
I remember Tony was running for his life at times.
His body gave out. I felt bad. He was at the height of his career, but his body was gone. So this is a big year for Dak Prescott. Not so much for the Dallas Cowboys. It's a big year for Dak's football life. He's having another child. He's having a big house built. He's at a crossroad. I mean, I get it. The money is the money. But if you have any, sort of competitive nature, Randy, you're going to want to go out and dominate. And
I agree. I agree with you, bro.
To, right?
Right. But, having said that, Tom Brady didn't always take the most money when he had to. He took less money. Tom Brady was the most mobile quarterback. He was a great, great leader. And that's what Dak. I just don't think Dak is a great leader.
I don't
What's
know.
up, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I ain't in there, running a little late, but
I just don't get the feeling like I did with Staubach and Aikman that they were going to go down the field and win. That's just my
Dak
thing.
has a lot of comebacks in the fourth quarter. He does.
Oh, I agree.
So
I'm just
not
saying.
even going to say that. I would say, I just think he's breaking. I don't even want to make blanket statements because I hear a lot of them. Well, Dak's 2-5 in the playoffs. It's all Dak. I don't even want to go there because I know he's underperformed, but he's won a couple. It is what it is. I think the whole organization is hurting. It's not just Dak. Dak had top 5 ranked offenses multiple times. Yeah, I'm not making the excuse, Mouse, that he didn't. So again,
no, neither am I. All I'm saying is
either one of us are making the excuse. We're both saying the opposite.
All I'm saying
is
why do you pay $60 million to a guy who's not been healthy and missed quite a few games in the last 2 or 3 years? That's my thing. You give him $60 million and a no trade clause. No way I would have done that.
The name is Jerry Jones. That's why.
Dak is a captain, not a leader. West Virginia country boy. Again, I'm not here. I didn't want to make this as a crap on Dak. I'm just saying.
I don't either.
I'm just making a statement that he's not going anywhere this year.
Nope.
And
next year,
it's about Dak at this point. Dak's got to do it for Dak. Don't worry about the Cowboys. You need to revive your career because if you get hurt again, you're done. Nobody's going to have faith. Nobody's going to have faith in you to lead a team. Now you may, land a job, and then earn it starting. You never know what happens. You get on a good team, and then you end up making the playoffs, and you make a run. I mean, shit can happen. You change teams, anything can happen. But this is a big year for Dak, and they're not really going overboard trying to help the man out. Let's be honest. You can
I totally agree with that 1,000%. I do.
Both of you, Mouse and West Virginia.
He's got strike 2 on his leg already.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
That's another thing. Mark Holmes says he put the blame on Jones just not getting the deals done early, and that's another slap in the face. That's another slap in the face, Jesse, because they know that they're doing wrong and that they go out of their way to say we don't care. You're basically burning money, Jerry. You're an absolute embarrassment. Okay, and again we're less than 30 days from the draft, and I get sucked back there. I'm showing my man support, and I get sucked back into the bullshit today, and it's like, what are we talking about here? I don't understand. I don't really understand why everybody, it's beat Dak Day trade. He's not going nowhere. So everybody needs to get it in their head.
No, not that much money they paid him.
He's not going anywhere. Anybody can call and ask for anybody. Hey, we want, we want Saquon. Okay, they're not going to get rid of Saquon. I'm not shitting on him, Brian. Hopefully he gets number 2. Hopefully he gets a number 2.
Reminds me. Jerry reminds me.
I know you're not West Virginia. I know you're not.
What Jerry Jones reminds me of? Emperor Nero. Wow, the people, he didn't give a shit to the people and let Rome burn.
Well, listen. We talked about it. I'm sorry Wade left, but we talked about it. We suffered a lot of injuries, but I'm not making no excuse that we were going anywhere. But we would have won a few more games. We would have probably got to 10 wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there ain't no doubt in my mind that we had the players.
Yeah,
we would easily got the 10.
We had 8 until the dude touched the ball, so we had 7. So we would have won a couple more games. But what would that have done? Nothing. We weren't going nowhere. So let's just be real. The healthy team and the most talented team, not the most talented team. I think the Eagles were the healthiest and arguably one of the most talented team, and they won the Super Bowl.
And there's no shame in that.
There's no shame in that.
Saquon was the key. He was the piece that pushed them over the hill. That's what it was.
But again, and this is another thing. I heard them shitting on Jalen Hurts in some of the Cowboy fans, and I thought that was wrong. You cannot shit on Jalen Hurts after winning a championship. Stop. I don't care. We all know.
Fans here do.
We all know who won. We know who won the game. That Eagles defense was unbelievable, and I was so wrong in spring training in the preseason when they looked awful. Every Eagle fan in this chat now will tell you they were holding their breath, hoping Fangio could get that defense together. And boy, did Nakobe Dean step. I mean, everything turned to gold. And the immortal words of who was the 70s, Mark Zumoff. They basically turned garbage into gold in like 5 months. And I'm not trying to be mean to say garbage, but they didn't look good early on under Fangio. And everything came together. And
they wanted
Fangio's
head big time when he first got here.
Jalen didn't lose it.
They wanted his head. They didn't want him here. That's a guarantee. What happened?
All I'm saying is and I you know what? I hope to God Dak wins because he's our quarterback for the next 4 years. But having said that, a lot of it's on the management for last year and the year before not going out and getting free agent players to add to the teams that we had that were good. And I'm sorry. You can't tell me that they didn't know that they were doing that. They did that crap on purpose. They were cheap. They didn't want to spend money. And now look what they've done with Micah Parsons. They could have signed him earlier in the off season and saved about $7 to $10 million a year had they done that. But because they don't want to do these things on time, it ends up costing more and more and more money.
They like the drama. That's the whole thing. Jerry loves drama.
But the fans don't. That's the thing, Jesse. I mean, you know as well as I do. You're in the same boat. Your ownership is bad too. And until we correct the ownership side of it, we're not going to do a whole lot. I mean, I'm being real here. I'm not lying. I mean, I want to do well. I want to win the Super Bowl. Hell, I'm 64 years old. I don't want to wait too much longer because I don't know how much time I have left. But
I don't blame you at all.
And again,
and
Jerry,
this isn't a pity party, everybody. I'm just responding. No. Like I said, I'm good. I'm going to have fun. Or I'm going to root for my team. I think they have
you should.
And I think they have a shot. Hey, Randy, how are you, brother? But let's just be real. Dak's not going anywhere this year. So anybody that's going to get excited going to bed tonight thinking they're getting rid of him, it's not happening. He has a no trade clause. Even if Dallas agreed, he would say, "You think he's going to Cleveland?" No, he's not. He's not going to Cleveland. It's just a waste of my time. But hey, whatever. That's what they want to talk about. They could talk about it.
Well, Brian, there's a lot of the fans out there to say, "Well, I'm not watching the Cowboys." Bull crap! Come on, you know what? We all get upset.
How many times I said that? I still
especially in this day and age. Especially in this day and age where everybody's fighting with each other in life. One thing we have is football. Okay,
That's it.
And again, at the end, I said this. There's only going to be one happy team. I don't give a shit. Now, I would say with a caveat. I think Washington Commanders, even though they lost to a division rival, Eagles, on the road, and they lost big time. Yeah, they gave up a 50 burger. Just wanted to, if Momo's listening.
Well, I'll add to that, too. I don't think Washington was that good. They just
I don't.
They hit the right spots, and you can't say much. They won a wild card.
Randy, they have look at the schedule. Look at the schedule.
I know. They had a weak schedule last year.
That does mean a lot. But I'm not here to crap on Washington either. But
I ain't either.
I'm just basically saying I'm not sitting here. Listen, it's about the draft. You can't free agent yourself to a Super Bowl. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. You talk to Baltimore, okay? Every year they go out and get a stud. Last year it was Derrick Henry. How did that work out for you? Okay, you had a killer regular season, then you shit the bed again in the playoffs.
You had him. I think he's even going to get a discount.
But I mean, I'm just saying that's not going to get you over the top. What you could what gets you over the top is playing great team defense and offense, and going out and adding a couple the free agents,
home run hitters,
and then staying healthy. And there's only going to be one happy team at the end of the year. I think the Commanders were happy because they were a rookie quarterback, made it to the championship game. We're going to hear that forever. Wow, yeah, he won multiple playoff games as a rookie. Okay, a lot of times it's better to do it when you're young because you don't know any better. The longer you go without winning playoff games, the harder it is.
Right. And think about it this way. If we find 2 or 3 good players out of the free agents that we sign, and we find 3 players out of the draft, we're right in the ballpark
We'll be
again.
fine.
I think we're better. In
But
better
I mean,
place
I'm not going to
this
flex
year.
about anything because I
I
you know
don't
what I
either.
mean. You know, I can't predict anything. You know, super. Let's say. You know, we got to let the season play out. We got to. You know, I mean, just look. I mean, look at the injuries that happened to Detroit. They were everybody's darlings last year. And they just suffered injury after injury after injury.
I was just going to say that too. Detroit,
they were a shell of themselves by the end. So again, it's
a
a war of attrition. Who's gonna last? Who's gonna stay healthy? Who's gonna be playing good? And the Eagles were the team. Who's gonna be this year? Eagles are the favorite.
It was like a Rocky Apollo fight. Who can stay on the long? Who wants it more?
Yeah. Again, if anybody's holding up, if anybody is holding their breath about any misconceptions, Eagle fans, what you could do is go into the season knowing that you're the favorite, okay? You know.
He's the favorite and the target.
No, but
for everybody.
That's all it is. You trust me. That's all it is right now. And until you're not, until like another team gets on a roll or another team stays healthy. That's just how it is. So what's up, Jeff Lee? But I thought that was funny. But anyway, we sit here 29 minutes, days, not minutes, sorry. 29 days before the NFL draft. Yeah, I wish it was a draft. You know, and we sit there with the number 12 pick, and I have no idea what we're going to do. None. I have no
Brian,
idea.
I did hear today from John Machota, and he's pretty accurate on what he says. I
like him, Johnny Matches.
Yeah, he thinks that Dallas is going to draft wide receiver first and running back second, is what he thinks.
That's what I heard.
Well, okay. So,
and now we got mine.
That's just somebody saying something. You know, we don't know what they're going to draft because they always pull the rabbit out of the hat from under us.
Let me ask you, when was the last time these guys got it right?
More like it.
Who, you know,
I don't remember the last time I got.
Saying,
well, CD Lamb was probably the last.
That was an
time
easy one, now, right?
Yeah, yes, that was easy. He was sitting there.
Hey, I got news for you. If CD Lamb was gone, they were going to take Trayvon Diggs at 17.
I know. Instead of in the second round.
But that's scary because he lasted all the way until,
60.
This team is bad at drafting.
Well, right now they are.
Last 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know who it was. I think it might have been
It's got me worried.
I think it might have been CZ.
Me
I
too.
made a comment about that's what the Commanders' downfall is drafting. They go out and get Frankie Louvu. They go out, and then he said Jaden Daniels. I'm not talking with top 10 picks, people. Joe Smo from down the block can pick a top 10.
See, what I'm not liking is, are they going to draft for a need or draft like best player available? Because I don't know what they're doing.
Best player available would probably be if Gentry's there, which he won't be, but you never know. If he's there, it will be Gentry. I don't know that
they brought in all these guys thinking they're going to coach them up. We do not. But the Raiders did it. Well, the Raiders had 2 Hall of Fame coaches. Okay, I don't see any Hall of Fame coaches on our staff.
Nope.
I don't.
But our owner favored Al Davis a whole lot. That's the thing there at the end.
I'd rather have Al Davis as my owner than fucking Jerry. That's for damn sure. Give me Al Davis.
Dig him up.
Get the Ouija board. Get the Ouija board.
No, we ain't messing with that thing.
I
ain't playing with a Ouija board.
Stephen Jones is the legit owner now. He's the owner, and he's the problem.
What's up, Chuck?
Well, both of them are the problem. His son is the problem, too.
They say, I want this one, regardless of even what their scouts say. They pick them. They, but sir, you can this one. No, I want that one.
Listen, we're not going to win a Super Bowl this year. Pick best player available. Don't go and try.
Well, that's why I was kind of like,
rebuild.
Let's just go ahead and,
we don't want to take a chance on.
And let's just go get ourselves a damn stud offensive lineman.
Well, you know what, you laugh, but that may happen. That may happen.
I mean, it could be second round, but I mean, just I just want to take best player.
I do too.
I would like to, and I'm not sold on Ted McMillan, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not. Everything I'm hearing now, I'm a little concerned about him as a player. So he's not I mean, let's put it this way. He's not a can't miss. He can definitely miss people. When you can't get separation in college, that's an issue. You ran a 4.48 or a 4.5 flat.
In your underwear.
And you cannot get separation in college. What makes you think that you're going to be any better in the pros? That's my concern with Ted McMillan. Now, he made great catches in college. He's a beast in the red zone. I'm sure that'll still be the case, but, I think there's some other options that I would be more intrigued with, and if you trade down. That's just me. Genty is a guy that I would take at 12. Mason Graham is a guy that I would take at 12. Obviously, Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. Outside of that, everybody, I'm good. They really don't matter. Give me Igbuka at 18 or Golden, or give me one of the offensive guards.
I agree with you.
That's what I would do. And get myself an extra third-round pick and draft a quarterback in the third, whoever's the best that's left. Because Will Howard's gone. Because Will Howard killed it as pro day, and Steelers are interviewing him. All of a sudden, he's the next big thing. He might go in the first round now. So now you're up to four
quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yep. Because you're going to have, in no particular order, Cam Ward, you're going to have Shedeur Sanders, you're going to have Jackson Dart, and you're going to have Will Howard all going in the first round.
Will Howard did a private workout for the Steelers.
Yeah, book it. Hey, Willie Vassar, what's going on, man?
And apparently, last I heard a few hours ago, my G-Man will probably end up with it's not going to get Shedeur. Shedeur's going to take him by the Browns, apparently. Or we might end up with
Browns. I haven't mocked a quarterback. I haven't mocked a quarterback to the Browns yet. So that's not a shocking thing to me that they're not looking at Sanders. I never thought you were getting Sanders, Cleveland. Number one, he don't want to play at the Mistake by the Lake. He don't want to go there.
And apparently we getting Hunter. Apparently we're saying that we're going to end up with Hunter.
Shedeur wants to go to the Raiders, and that's where he should go. Him and Geno can fight it out. He could work behind Geno for a year or two.
Jesse, if y'all get Hunter, that's a good pick.
Yeah, that's what I don't mind. I mean,
or Abdul Carter, one of the two.
Abdul Carter, but Hunter. That's the problem. Abdul's going up before
If
Hunter.
I'm the Giants, I'm taking Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Travis Hunter. That's who I would take.
We can always scoop up Dart at the bottom if he's still there.
Abdul Carter's good, but you have a decent defense, so I don't know.
We're in rebuild, so it doesn't matter. We ain't gonna do nothing next year.
It's fried taters, So I know I was reading Ultra Cowboy Momo with Sling Blade. Mark Hutchinson.
Sling Blade.
It will be Genty at 12 or move back 2 or 3 spots and pick up Hampton. And I saw a mock draft, Mark Hutchinson, if they had Genty going to the Raiders and Hampton going to the Bears. At 10.
Hey,
let him go. Let him go. That just pushes somebody else down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you guys getting Mbuka.
That's who I would like. So, but I don't need to have him at 12, though.
No.
I'm saying pick 12, pick your whatever you want for 12, your best pick. And
I would you would have to take him there or trade down a few spots. I want to go to 18.
Still need a receiver.
I want Ted McMillan to be on the board. I want us to trade down to 18 and get 18 and 52, and let's go. Yeah.
Yes.
You give me somebody there. Give Ted McMillan, who can go to Seattle. They just lost DK. Tyler Lockett's gone. It's a perfect fit. If Ted's there, make the move. And
I see that happening.
That's a perfect move.
Mm-hmm.
And get yourself a third-round pick, and you still get the guy you want in the first round. You get an extra third. Now, there's your quarterback. Done. Zip.
Yeah, you go over your defense and offense down at that bottom.
Or, don't draft a quarterback and roll the dice with Hammy off the bone and get yourself a top 75 player. You know what I'm saying? In top 50.
Well, Hammy, regardless.
Yeah, but Brian, I'm starting to kind of fall in your direction where if we can get an extra pick, then you use it in the third round to get a quarterback.
Do that, Randy. You know that. They're going to stay at 12 and they're going to pick who they think and they're going to flex them out and say how great he is. And then we're going to have to wait and see. Again, I just hope they don't overthink it. I
hope
don't.
Not either.
And I know Ultra is big on Will Johnson, but I'm hearing he's not going to run. He's not even going to run a 40. And even if he's healthy, he's not going to run a 40. Well, I don't know. That scares me.
You know what I heard about Philly? Well, this is what I heard today. They're talking about maybe they had an interview with Blue, running back.
Yeah.
And
Jadon Blue.
They might get him because I think they're going to end up having a three-headed monster type shit. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they got to take a little bit of pressure off of Saquon.
Yeah. I also heard that they're dangling A.J. Brown, but I'm not going down that road.
But I think they're not going to do that.
I'm not going down that road because I don't want to get up people. Oh, you're just trolling. No, that's what I'm hearing.
Now, if they win another Super Bowl, then they could dangle them.
I'm just saying because I know there's receivers that they like in this draft, but
there's plenty of receivers.
We need
I did hear today. I did hear today that the Cowboys are high on Makuba or Mabuka.
I heard that one too. Mabuka. Yeah, Mabuka.
No, Egbuka is the receiver. Makuba is the safety.
Yeah, Makuba.
Do not want receiver. We need protection for Prescott. Yeah, that's what concerns me because I don't know that.
Excuse me.
I would kind of. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Mark Hutchinson. I don't.
Don't be surprised if we don't trade down in 20, and if Booker's still there, I would not be surprised. I've said this before that we pick him.
If you don't scoop him up, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, it is because he's going to be an all-pro guard. He's going to be.
I did a video this afternoon, and I was just telling my Eagle people that they need to take James Pierce. He's dropping like a rock for off the field. Nobody's saying what it is.
Yeah,
but something happened.
Something did happen.
But again, when you're picking at the 32nd spot and you have a leadership in Philly that you do, I wouldn't trust him in Dallas's locker room because right now we got a divided locker room. We got half the people are D-Law guys, or even if it's only a half a dozen, it doesn't matter. And then the rest are podcast Micah, so
it's like Mike Fisher says, 53 brands.
Yeah. So
53 brands.
So it's kind of like he wouldn't fit well. He wouldn't be good in our locker room, but I think an Eagle locker room, I think they would be able to handle it. Now, I don't know. Eagles are having a changeover. You got Lane Johnson still there. You got Jalen. It's about it that I would trust. If Brandon Graham's gone.
If Andy Reid was there, he probably would take him because Andy Reid had a habit of picking up these bad boys and converting them.
Yeah. So we'll see. It just I think James Pierce is an elite talent, and that if he's there at 32, I do remember though Brian Broaddus talks about it when he was running the Eagles draft room. This was back when they took Trey Thomas. They took Trey Thomas because they were told that they were not allowed to draft Randy Moss. They took Randy Moss off the board. Brian Broaddus. He went to Jeffrey Lurie and said, I want Randy Moss. And he said, no, you got to take him off the board. We're not. That was a mistake. Stop it. You don't need the whole team of choir boys. I don't know what happened, but he's not in jail, people. He's not in jail. I don't know what it could be. When you're drafting 32, you need to take the best available player. To me, that would be a James Pierce if he can somehow fall to you. He's better than Mike Green, and Mike Green's going in the teens most likely. So I would just say if I'm the Eagles, I would go for it, but who the hell knows? Now we're hearing that they're going to go defensive line. I got news for you. Walter Nolan, he comes with risk too. A lot of risk. I like him, but he comes with a lot of risk. He's not up. His motor isn't always great. And it was funny. I was out today, and somebody saw me, and they were talking about your defensive tackle. Actually, I was kind of right. He's on the trade block, people. So I'm just letting everybody know. The rumor is that number 90 is on the trade block for the Birds. But again, either way, they're not re-signing him after this year. So they don't, they want somebody who's more consistent. So that's just what's going to happen.
Well, it is what it is. You go.
What's up, Ricky? Joe Damasi's in the house. Willie Vassar, game time. I would not take Ashton Genty because he has not really played against a lot of power schools.
Genty more than likely is not going to be there. So
Jordan Davis, that's it, Mouse. That's it. They're really looking for a replacement for Jordan Davis. That's what they're looking for because they don't plan on offering him
he's kind of like washed.
We goof and we're not taking sweet when we could.
Jordan Davis doesn't hurt too much.
But again, I don't care. It's not. Yeah, like Twiz knows they're not going anywhere. Yeah, okay. Like you don't know shit, dude. I know what I'm talking about. I know what they're just. The people that are telling me, I trust. I'm not saying he's necessarily being traded. He's not coming back after next year. So why wouldn't you want to trade him? It makes no sense. Be proactive. Howie is proactive. Again, Howie's proactive. Now, like it'll happen and Twiz will say, oh, great move. Like when you're saying they weren't going to do it. Just watch. And just remember. Like the guy in Hawaii. Just remember where you heard it. I mean, I like how everybody knows everything.
Here he goes with
it's just ridiculous.
He wouldn't be there. I mean, come on.
I'm not making it up. I actually heard it multiple sources on national news the other day. Sports news. They were talking about it. They were talking about they're not happy with him.
No, I heard
Jordan
that.
Davis,
Hell, I heard that earlier.
Happy. They're not giving him a fifth
down the
year.
line.
I heard
why
Brian,
would you bring him back?
You
just won a Super Bowl. Why would you bring him back? It makes no sense business-wise to bring him in on his fifth year. Howie will get value for him. Watch.
Yes, I agree with that.
He'll wheel and deal him out. Watch. He's going to wheel and deal him out.
Yeah. They weren't happy for him with him at midseason. They were talking about that at midseason if you watched.
I mean,
that's how I know.
It's not hating.
It's business.
Yeah, they don't talk. Yeah.
Hey, the reason the Eagles are good at that front line is because of that number 98 named Carter. He's a monster.
It's a great defense too, as far as
they've got players in every position.
We doubted Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio's owned the Cowboys for years.
Yes, he has. Even with Denver. Remember with Denver,
he ran all over us in AT&T.
Mm-hmm.
Ran it up down our throats.
Yes,
as a head coach. He wasn't a good head coach, but he busted our ass. So Vic Fangio knows what he's doing. So,
he's the opposite of North Turner. North Turner was a good offensive coordinator, but he wasn't a great coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, look at Juan Rivera, great offensive coach, but
don't mess with Riverboat. Come on now, I love me some Riverboat.
Great defensive coach, but they put him in.
What are you doing, Wade? We're getting dizzy, man. What are you doing? You on the treadmill? What are you doing? Yeah, you're muted, bro.
He's ordering.
Just chilling, man. I'm just shit.
Put your hammer out. Put that.
Tired of the damn Cowboys.
They didn't do anything.
Tired of these motherfuckers.
They didn't do anything. We're just having a nice, lovely.
30 years.
We're having a nice, lovely live stream here.
I'm going to Golden Corral.
Nah, it's closed right? Soon. It's closed.
No, he's got his personal key.
You're gonna get that nasty dried up shrimps. You're gonna get the
got some leftovers in the fridge.
Okay. Well, you can buy
baseball starting them.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
That's right. Baseball's back tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
If they literally traded Dak, dude, if they traded Dak and they got the second overall pick, bro, I'd be jumping for joy.
I'm gonna let my dog out. So Randy, grab the chat for me.
All right.
I'd be jumping for joy if they did that.
Yeah, I would too, but they should have never signed him. Look what we would have done. We would have had $90 million this year to play with. That's the bad part.
I don't see how you signed, knowing that he's so prone to get injury, and then he gets injured again after getting paid. That's a slap in the face to your fans.
If he gets injured again this year, I think it's done for him, at least for the next year. I don't think he can take many more injuries.
If it's that same leg, guaranteed he's going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tyson. Once he broke that leg, it was over.
Right. Well, that was pure ugly there. That was
just
horrific.
They didn't have for you guys that are younger. There was no YouTube or anything back in them days.
No, they didn't.
Live TV.
Oh, and it was nasty looking too.
It was nasty. He looked like a cricket. I'm telling you.
And they showed it about 3 times. They said, "No, we're not showing it anymore."
They showed it 3 times. I have a buddy of mine recorded it. It's just hilarious. I'm like, oh man. And poor LT right there standing in power. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I agree with you, Daniel. I hope we do hit on all three of our picks and stuff. You make good sense there.
Yeah, again, Daniel, I'm
Well,
not
3,
trying to
that's
be
good.
negative, brother. I'm really not, but I'm just, I'm just keeping it real, man. Let's see. Did I hit all my? Yeah, I did. I got them all. Good.
Yeah, and people, you know what? I don't want to say this. Mingo, I know we traded for him last year and he didn't do nothing, but he really didn't have a fair chance last year. I hope that the man does well for his sake because he's taking a lot of heat for what the Cowboys did. They made a trade they shouldn't have made.
He sparked. Bingo sparked at the end.
Yeah, he did, and hopefully he comes up big, and if he does, that's just something else we can look forward to.
I was looking at some of the headlines. A lot of teams are shocked at what Stephon Diggs got in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that's
a lot of teams. I was shocked.
I
He
mean,
got
what the
3-year
deal. You got to be kidding
He pretty much
me.
got a 2-year deal for $13 million a year is what he got.
That's nuts. That's nuts. But I understand, but still a lot for a guy coming off an ACL.
So I looked like, oh, that's real.
Yeah. So for coming off of ACL surgery, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Good luck, man. I mean, again,
nowadays ACL is like pulling teeth, like nothing.
Yeah, but he's older though. That's the thing.
That's true. That's true. But look at Tommy John surgery.
I know.
He boom, boom, and then 1 year, 6 months, bam, they're right back in again. So technology's different now.
Now, I mean, ask Jesse, since we got you in here. Jesse, what's your thought that Russell Wilson came out and said that he's the starter? What is Jameis Winston thinking?
Jameis Winston knows what's the deal. You know, they when they got him there, that was read the tea leaves. You know, it's going to be a backup.
Really?
And maybe he might not be there for too long.
Yeah, that's true.
How much did Jameis Winston get?
If we grab Dart, don't be surprised that they're going to dangle him like a carrot.
Well, nobody's going to trade for him. I mean, I think it was a 1-year deal. I think.
It was a 1-year deal. Can you use them, dangle him?
How much did they pay him?
Oh, I forget what they paid him. You said $10 million?
Oh, $10 million?
I don't know. I'd have to look
at
$8
million?
It.
Yeah, I think it was like 8.
Let me look at it. Let me look.
It was a 1-year deal. I can see them dangling him, giving to somebody else, and put Dart in the second
New York Football Giants. Let's see. Let me see here. The Giants. I got to go way down. He's not making a lot. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's a 1-year deal.
Well, I think he's only there for the preseason, and then I think he's gone.
That's what I'm saying. Now that I found out that they're not going to, the Shador drops completely, or somebody else grabs him, we ain't staying there long. He's going to give him to somebody.
I did hear that the Giants are trying to trade down.
Yeah, that's another thing. Now, we're getting a lot of things coming. The closer we come to the start of the
I don't see it. They haven't updated it.
Yeah, but it was a 1-year deal. It's like $8 million, $10 million, something like that.
Yeah, he got about what Mariota got then.
Yeah, basically that's what it is.
I thought it was.
And they said he's gonna be starting. Oh yeah, bam, Russell knew it.
Even when y'all signed him, I knew he wasn't going to be starting.
Yes, I did the same thing. I'm like, this guy's not starting. They just have him there to dangle. And what the hell? Like, we're not doing nothing this year, so.
I did hear that the Dart may not get past the Saints.
That's what I heard too, but they can still wheel and deal those.
Well, if y'all trade down once, the numbers 5, 6, 7, then y'all can pick Dart then.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're not going to grab a quarterback, and I really don't think we're going to pick up a quarterback because I think they'll be gone by the time we get them.
Right.
Then Shador, I'm telling you,
2 years, $8 million.
2 years, so $4 million a year.
Average salary $4 million. He's a free agent after 2027. So he signed a 2-year deal, but it's a backup money. $8 million.
Yeah, it's like that. Dangle them. Here you go, guys. Who needs one?
Yeah, so he's not going nowhere. He'll be there.
That's actually a pretty decent move when you think about it.
It is.
Because at the trade deadline, you may pick up a pick for him.
There you go, Jacob. Thanks, brother. I just saw it myself. So, listen, it'll be interesting to see what the Giants do because Russell signed a 1-year, $21 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
So Russell
that hurt me. I'm like, that
Russell
hurt,
is the starter. Well, he's all
gonna be
right.
a starter.
And then
for 1-year deal, it's like screw it. But that was too much money for his ass.
Giant Nation, let's ride.
Anything yet? I want to watch the press conference. He better not say that.
It's already been said. It was said by his teammate.
His teammate. I want him to what he says in the press conference. What he actually said.
Crazy.
Says that like we're doomed.
So yeah,
I think if anybody's setting up for Manning, I think it's y'all.
Arch, yeah, that's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for. Arch, yeah.
Well,
I said, stay there.
They don't want.
Just stay right there.
Yeah, no. So you would have to be.
Manning comes in there. He's like, oh no.
Can you imagine?
His dad already said he don't want him playing for no. He wants him playing with Dallas. So that's what he wants.
Keep dreaming.
That's what
was said. Yes, you're right, Brian.
I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but he don't want him going to the Giants.
Jerry's gonna be like,
going to that track. No, I'm joking. Nick Nash, the wide receiver from San Jose State, is good. I like Nick Nash. Again, you can't count on him coming in.
About him?
There's a couple guys I like. Again, I kind of want to have a big defensive guy or an offensive playmaker. That's kind of what I want. Brian,
we need somebody like Farmer or West.
I do, Logan.
A one.
I can see
tech.
Farmer. I can see Farmer.
Yeah, we need a one technique to go along with Osa.
It's official. Dallas has the worst QB in the East. How is that possible? The Giants do. You tell me.
We don't have a quarterback.
You tell me Russell Wilson is better than Dak? Come on, Ricky. Come on. Oh, Ricky, yes, sir. Come on now. Come on, bro. That's not right. You got Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is okay.
Which Russell Wilson do we have?
Okay, you got the retread from last year. Tyler Batty from BYU is the dog. I like Tyler Batty. He doesn't play the run at all. He's not the most athletic guy, Daniel M. But I like him at a BYU. I don't see Dallas drafting him. I don't.
No.
Dallas likes traits in their defensive ends. They want a big guy. They want a guy who could stop the run. Yeah.
No.
Drew,
you need
keep saying it. Keep saying it, and maybe you'll be right in 4 years, Drew. Yeah. Keep saying it, brother. You'll be right eventually. Saying the Giants are one. He's one player. No, he ain't one player away.
Oh, come on, stop. We're in rebuild. Come on now. And I'll tell you what, if they fail this year, they're really bad.
Before you know it, they'll get there.
Both the coach and manager out of here. Both the coach and the manager, they're gone. They're done.
Cowboys will win the East, Vinny Hagan. I'm not even saying that, Vinny.
I hope you're right, Vinny. I hope you're right.
Vinny, did you get your hoodie today?
Vinny,
let me know.
Vinny, stop smoking that wacky weed.
You sound like Xander with the bong in the background.
And with the mushrooms.
He's in there hitting that. I called him. I called Xander. I called him Xander Tunsil. I called him. Let's see. Yeah, Vinny, did you get your hoodie? Repeat. Did you get your hoodie?
Ultra. At least I admit it. We rebuild. Okay.
I mean,
now,
listen,
I'm not having.
I like the Giants' defense, but I mean, I liked it last year and it didn't do much. So again, I think
it didn't do much.
Well, but when you don't have an offense, your defense is going to be shown. I don't care how good your defense is.
I'm surprised
Drew
Drew was saying that because their offensive line is so far.
Offense force.
It's not even as good as Dallas's offensive line. If you don't have an offensive line, you're going to struggle. So,
and that's what the Giants have made their mistakes is they've drafted a lot of offensive linemen lately, and they haven't panned out.
No.
Too many.
No.
Too many.
Yes.
Way too many. I'm like, who is this fool?
Yeah, that's where y'all hurt yourself.
We shot ourselves in the foot.
And then you finish the year with, what was his name? DeVito, the quarterback. Yeah. He's not even a pro quarterback.
He's not even a high school quarterback. What the hell? He's a backyard football player.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinny. I just want to make sure you got it. What do you think about Derek Harmon? I like Derek Harmon. Dallas was at Oregon's Pro Day.
I like him too.
For a lot of guys. They have a lot of pro athletes that are going to be in the draft. So they're hitting the rounds. You got Ohio State, you got Texas, you got Texas A&M. So yes, they were there. Oregon, you got to look at Birch, the edge rusher. You got to look at Derek Harmon.
I like Birch.
You got to look at Muhammad. I don't think they'll draft a guy like that, but there's a lot. Yeah, you got to look at the quarterback. So
Harmon's got a big motor. I
like Harmon.
Plays fast all the time.
I'll be curious to see where he goes because he's so athletic that he could go anywhere from 15 to, and then slip out of the first round, which I don't see. I think
I don't either.
I think he
might go up. He may actually go up.
Yeah, I think he's going to go higher. Again, that's why how this draft works out, everybody, there's a handful, 5 or 6 players. That's it. And then everybody else is all the same.
It's all over the place.
All the same until like the 50s.
It's like a fire sale.
You really got I'm just letting everybody know. You got Cam Ward, okay, which he's mid on any normal year, he's nowhere even close to number 1 pick. But okay, you got Cam Ward.
Everybody,
you got Travis Hunter.
Him to death.
You got Abdul Carter. You got Ashton Genty. You got Mason Graham. Okay, you got those 5 guys. You probably have Will Johnson. That's about it that are guaranteed surefires. And then everybody else, it's who do you like? Because Membao that they had mocked to Dallas, he's not very fierce. He's not ferocious. He's not nasty. He's just a very solid player, very young player. He's 20 years old. He has risk in him. Booker, I love Booker. There's a little risk with him. There's a little risk with a lot of these players. I like Golden. He only did it for 3/4 of his senior year. There's risk there. The safest pick to me is Igbuka.
Yeah,
Igbuka
you're
is
right.
an unbelievable safe pick because he's a route running fool and he plays with such passion for the game. I like players like that.
Take him shit. A heartbeat.
But you know what I'm saying? Josh Simmons. There's another one CZ brings up. Josh Simmons. I think Josh Simmons is the best offensive lineman in the draft.
I do too.
He may not go until the 20s because of the ACL that he's going to be fully cleared from.
ACL, like I said, there's like a sprained ankle nowadays.
If we trade down to 20, don't be surprised.
Will Campbell, Joe.
Yeah, don't be surprised if the Cowboys don't grab him if we trade down to 20 and we've been wiped out.
I don't know that they will, but if
I can see that.
I mean, Brian Broaddus does, even though he has a gas problem.
Oh God.
And I heard that, Brian. If you're watching, I heard you on Vox. You were contemplating, then you let one rip. We all heard it, brother. But
hey, the older you get, that happens.
No, I know.
We
all do it. I thought it was funny, like when it happened. He was contemplating. I lost my train of thought. I'm talking about fart.
You're talking about Josh Simmons.
Josh Simmons. What was I talking about? Yeah, that's okay.
About how Brian Broaddus was saying he was the best offensive lineman.
Yeah, maybe. But I know I was going somewhere with that. But yeah, basically, I don't think that's what I was saying. So we're just gonna it may come back to me. Besides Carter, Mike Green may be the best edge in the draft. Yeah, and that's not a guy that I see Dallas drafting, Ricky. It's very frustrating. Just like Jahdae Barron. We're hearing Jahdae Barron's not a guy that would fit in the Dallas mold. Why? He's the best cornerback in the draft. He's the best corner in the draft.
I heard that they said that he's got short arms.
Sorry, outside of Travis Hunter.
Yeah, they said he's got short arms, but I don't want to hear that crap. If he played football and he's done well.
This is my problem with Dallas. They get too...
So did Hugh Douglas, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, exactly. Hugh Douglas, exactly. Yep. Parcells didn't want him.
And Eagles Hall of Fame.
Yep. And that was Brian Broaddus again, called Parcells. And Parcells made a lot of mistakes in the draft. He really did.
I think, was it Brian? Didn't he wanted to draft Woodson?
Yes,
And,
he did.
Bill Parcells was
he got fired
no,
in Dallas. Or no, was it Dallas?
Yeah, that was in Dallas.
Yeah, he got fired in
draft
Dallas
Woodson
because he wanted Woodson out of Michigan. Hall of Famer, I
Look
believe.
what happened. What happened?
Hall of Famer,
Yeah.
damn good player.
How many teams could have had? How many teams could have had Brady?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whoever would have drafted Brady, they'd have had some job security for a while.
Long.
Yeah, Mike Green. Mike Green is a Jerry Jones guy. I don't know, Ricky. Mike Green has short arms, and and he doesn't play the run.
That's what I was going to say. He don't play the run real well.
Yeah, they're not going to draft him. Again, that's another guy that I would love. You know, TJ Watt didn't fit their system. He's still fucking terrorizing the league.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like, who gives a fuck if he doesn't fit your system if he's going to be a great player?
Again,
that's irrelevant.
Again, they outthink
you put
themselves.
You put the system to fit him.
As good as they have been over the years in drafting, they've gotten away from it, and that was a bad one.
Wow, you think TJ Watt would have helped our team the last 5 years?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Taco Charlton was a terrible pick.
Yeah, Coach Clapp can have
TJ Watt with 11th to heaven.
You think TJ Watt may have had an impact in those playoff games we were in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yep. Game time. Who do you think about Brooks from Texas Tech and Smith from SMU?
Isaiah Brooks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I like both of them. I think Taj Brooks I like a little better because he's more of a bruising running back. I think that Smith from SMU is more of a slot receiver, like back out of the backfield type.
Yes.
He's fast, but he's not going to be nowhere near an every down guy. Yes, Logan,
that's one position we're going to draft
Corral.
2 players, I believe.
I would think so, but
should.
I would.
I would too.
But I don't know what they're going to do.
It's pretty sad, but I think I can do a better job drafting than what they're going to do, and they get paid a lot of money. I think their philosophy gets them in trouble. I just do. Now
it's their owners.
Yeah, but to their credit, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say the Cowboys' philosophy now has got them in the position they're in. The team's falling apart.
Bent over.
They've drafted bad the last 2 years.
I did see something about that mouse where the CD, this shit, where he goes like that, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty now.
Why?
I don't know. Because they're taking.
Oh my gosh!
By the way,
it's the no fun league, mouse. It's the no fun league. That's why.
It's official now. The 35-yard rule is in place.
And then you got a team is, I don't know if it was Green Bay or I don't know who the hell it was, trying to come up with a rule to stop the tush push.
It was Green Bay. It was Green Bay.
F alone. Stop it. Who cares?
Stop it. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Because it's not rugby, but I don't want a band. Whatever. Who cares? If you want to.
Green Bay, the Eagles don't need the tush push to beat the shit out of y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
But the problem is, the funny thing was, Green Bay used it quite a few times. They didn't make it.
These teams are,
That's what makes you laugh. Hypocrite.
It better not pass CZ because it's a dumb rule. Just let them effing play.
Quit changing the NFL. I mean, it's like, I don't understand what.
I was saying the one rule that should have been changed last year after the joke of a preseason when you have different starting lines. Oh, now what are they going to do? They're all going to start at the 35, like I said that they should have last year.
That's going to happen.
It was just dumb. Like some of the shit that they do is just
starting
dumb.
At the 35 is ridiculous. It's like, bro, you do like 2 completions, you're in field goal range. That's fucking dumb.
Does that mean that Momo can do the tush push anymore? Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Need to go back to the 20-yard line again. 20-yard line.
They're also gonna preview penalties now. Penalties.
Yeah. Well, all right. So let's talk about that. What do you guys think of up for grab? I don't know if it's going to be changed. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be changed. But some teams, I believe it was the Vikings, I think, want to change holding penalty to 5 yards and not
that one.
Not automatic first down.
They need to leave that alone.
I mean,
Don't
stop holding.
Don't try to fix something that's not broken.
That's it. You should be punished.
I'm talking about not at the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about the receiver going down the field. Don't touch the receiver.
So one thing the drop tackle stupid. My whole thing is if there's one penalty they need to change, it's the pass interference spot of the foul. They need to change it.
Oh yeah.
Pass interference.
I mean, there shouldn't be any reason why you throw a fucking 50-yard pass and then it's placed at the spot of the foul, 40 yards down the field. That's stupid.
They also need to, and this is forget all these other rules. Sit down with the refs, with everybody. What is a catch? Enough of the bullshit. What is a catch? Period. There's too much bullshit. The referees think they're on some kind of soap opera. That they want all eyes on them. That's bullshit.
Well, they need to. The biggest thing they need to change is roughing the passer. If you see that he didn't rough the passer,
that's the Brady rule.
They got to change that because Mahomes didn't get roughed up last year, and they gave him.
They gave him 50 yards. Get the fuck out of here!
Like it all goes into we're gonna not have full-time referees. I mean, what are we talking about? This is that's a Mickey Mouse.
They have you need to have full-time referees.
I mean, we got.
Hey, Loyal,
you gotta have people know what they're doing. You
got enough money. NFL's got enough money to pay all these referees. That's fucking ridiculous.
Why don't they have a head? Why don't they have a head referee of all the referees? And if somebody screws up, that head referee gets on his ass. You know,
Willie Vassar would take a Devin Neal over Genty. I would take them both. I want Ashton Genty. I'm not going to lie to you. Ashton Genty, do not get caught up into what happened in one of those bowl games in the college playoff. Again, he wasn't on a great team, Boise.
I think we're going to get him. We're either going to go. I'm going to predict now. We're either going to go with a receiver or a running back in the first with our number one pick.
Again, if he's there,
you need that receiver, Loyal. You definitely need that receiver.
But
early.
There's a lot of receivers.
We don't have anybody other than CD Lamb.
I agree.
You need a QB. I've been saying that.
Loyal, I got a question for you.
Which game time? You see, the coaching staff went to Ohio State's pro day.
Yes, they did.
Loyal, I got a question for you.
Yep.
How about Will Howard? Pittsburgh is looking at him privately from Ohio State.
I mean, if you get him a decent line, I mean, he's not terrible. He's little mobile. He's not.
He killed it at his pro day though. That's why.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Get him on the right team, I think he could be all right.
Yeah, I think he's going to Pittsburgh. I think it's a done deal. I think he might go higher than Dart. I think.
I didn't see pro. How did Dart do?
Dart did great too.
He did good, but I don't know. I have a feeling he might drop a little bit. But I don't know. I still think he goes in the first round. Mark Holmes says, "Thanks, Loyal, for the update."
Look at Mark. Hey, Mark. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we'll see. If Ashton Genty is there, I think that should be the pick. But I don't believe he's going to be there, so I'm not losing sleep over it.
There's plenty of running backs.
There is plenty of running backs. But here's the deal, everybody.
There's a slew of
There's a lot. There's a boatload of running backs in this draft.
I got news for you. There's a lot of running backs, but when you really look at it, and I'll read them off. These are all going to be gone. These running backs that I read off are all going to be gone by the time we pick at 44. Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, and Travion Henderson. They're all going to be gone. Henderson is going to be gone before 44.
What about Judkins?
Well, you can get Judkins, but I'm just telling you, to me, Judkins is a notch below Henderson. So now you're looking at Judkins, okay, who wasn't an every down guy and got beat up a little bit. And then you're looking at like a Giddens, a Scadaboo, a Damian Martinez, and an Ollie Gordon, and a Dylan Sampson.
Scadaboo,
I don't want no part of Scadaboo.
I don't want Scadaboo either.
But I'm just saying, to me, it's Genty, and then it's Hampton, and then to me, there's a very real conversation between Caleb Johnson and Travion Henderson. I actually would be more excited with Henderson because
me too.
Me too.
He's a breakaway back.
Yes.
The only downfall of Henderson though is he's injury prone.
Again, and so is Judkins, and you're going to need to have another guy, which is why Randy said go get two.
Get two. I mean,
like we have Javonte Williams as a pass pro / third down guy, but if you give me a Devin Neal or somebody like that, I really want a guy like Ollie Gordon.
I was getting ready to say, Brian,
love Ollie Gordon.
He's going to be there probably in the 5th when we have one of our picks.
I don't know if he's going to make it that far.
You're going to need a cow. Like I said, you need a cowbell.
I don't think he's going to make it, Randy. I don't think he's going to make it to the 5th.
There's so many good backs that we can get another back in the 5th.
But I'm just saying,
Rashard Smith, Blue, if Blue makes it that far.
Blue, I'm telling you.
If you give me a Gordon and a Blue, that would be a great combination because you have Gordon, who's a big boy, who can just run through you. And then you have Blue that can just pop it and go
and run by you.
Yeah. So that's kind of would be the best thing. I like RJ Harvey, Ricky. I do. But again, this is what is exciting about the draft. I'm hearing Eagles like Blue.
Yep, so, I've heard it on the radio. I'm telling you, they really like Blue.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yeah, I was talking to somebody.
Didn't hear you on WIP.
That's when you stepped out for a minute, Brian.
Oh yeah,
they had a powwow. Eagles had a powwow with Blue, and they liked them.
Oh, I didn't know that. I heard through.
Remember, I'm your spy for the Eagles.
Okay, so yeah, I did hear that they like Blue, which would be. He's a kind of a clone of it. He's like Saquon light. He's like Saquon Timu. He's like Timu version of Saquon, but I mean, he's got unbelievable potential. So.
And Brian, what happened with you doing that mock draft? I don't know, about a week ago when we didn't take a receiver in the first 2 rounds.
Right.
Remember that very thing came up with Broadus and them on their draft, and that's why they said they either got to take Golden or Abuka or T-Mac. Yes,
ended up the same way.
Same thing happened to them that happened to you.
Mark Hutchton. They need to do away with the quarterback slide rule. Quarterbacks are abusing it. Oh, I agree with that. I don't like these.
They are like,
you know what I don't like, Mark Hutchton? I don't like when the quarterback is tiptoeing down the sideline trying to get every last yard.
Yes.
You should be able to throttle that some. You know what I'm saying? That's like you're getting greedy.
Is notorious for
it's the NFL. That wouldn't have flied back in the 80s or the 70s.
No, remember,
knocked the hell out.
Yeah.
Ask Drew Bledsoe. He got the shit knocked out of him.
He was all kinds of targets going at him.
And then in came Tom Brady.
Right? And that's when Tom Brady took over.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right, Brian.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate when I see that. Like these guys thinking they're all that. All the rules in the whole game are favoring the quarterback, and you're going to try and tiptoe, right? And then when somebody comes in and cleans your clock, you're going to come in and hand the ball to the ref and get all stanky. And and give him the stanky leg. Shut up.
Now it's the Mahomes maneuver.
What's up, Philly D? Dirty Sanchez is in the house.
Oh yeah, I can smell him.
Oh God. Linda, how are you, Linda? Eagles will use one of their 4th or 5th round picks to get Blue. Probably. I don't know if he's good. I mean, he should be there in the 5th, but he may not be, Linda. May not be, just because how explosive he is. But he may. Owners pay too much to QBs to vote the rule off. Yeah, Tommy T. I think it's stupid. That's all.
So Jesse, with y'all signing Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, do you think you're going to go after quarterback first?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be Shador because I already know they were talking about Shador's going to go on the LA, the Raiders, or another team. But we might get what was his name?
Jackson
Dart. What was his name, Brian?
For who?
Dart at the later rounds. Dart. Who was it we were talking about that Giants pickup?
Oh, yeah.
McCord?
No.
It was Dart, but I don't think Dart's going to be there.
Dart. It was either Dart or I was saying I think it was that offensive lineman or the defense. They'll come to me. It'll come to me. But we're going to get somebody other than that.
Yeah, I am.
And then maybe at the lower, and grab Dart at the lower.
Oh, you talking Travis Hunter?
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't
end up with Travis Hunter and picking up somebody at the bottom of the barrel. We got time. God knows we have time.
Yeah, Mark Hutchins says Blue is not going to get past the 4th round. I'm more thinking 3rd round. He was very impressive.
I can see. I'm telling you, the Eagles going to end up scooping him up.
Again, but they're not going to get him in the 5th, is what I'm saying. I think Mark's right. That's why I said we're not going to get those 4 guys that I like. Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, and Travion Henderson are all going to be gone by the time Dallas picks. So they're going to be looking at Judkins, and do they like Judkins? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. But we also have the Kansas State coach on our team. So
Devin Neal.
You got DJ Giddens.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damian Martinez is a Dallas guy. He plays for Miami. But Damian Martinez, 5'11", 217, is powerful and explosive running back who excels running between the tackles. That may be a guy. I like Ollie Gordon, Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, R.J. Harvey out of University of Central Florida, who's a beast, 5'8", 205. Kind of reminds me of Ashton Genty a little bit. There's just, it goes on and on. Jaden Blue, 5'9", 196, but he's so explosive. Devin Neal, 5'11", 213, well-rounded, catch it. Again, it goes on and on.
Yes, it does.
So...
Got plenty of them.
But if you want a guy who's going to be your bell cow, you're talking Genty, Hampton, Johnson, and then
Anderson. We need somebody impactful in the first round. I don't care.
You need somebody who could take it to
I'm
the
tired
house.
of these Tyler Guytons and these Mozzie Smiths. I want somebody that's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
We haven't had anybody since Micah Parsons.
And we got
Abuka or Golden.
They didn't even want him, Loyal. They didn't even want him. They didn't want Micah. They wanted.
It dropped on. We think they called him from heaven.
They were arguing over J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain. That's who they were arguing over. And okay, we'll trade with the Eagles. We gave Eagles. We screwed the Giants, and Eagles.
Yeah, you did.
Eagles traded up to get the wide receiver.
The Muppets already screwed us in free agency. They need to do something big in the draft.
Yeah, fucking Muppets.
They screwed us big time in free agency.
I'm getting more annoyed as this live stream goes on. I'm making myself sick.
I do believe that right after the draft, we're going to sign a couple of players that's going to surprise everybody.
I don't know that to be true. People that were in the draft room admitted it. They wanted Surtain. Yes. Yeah, Ultra's right.
They did.
There was.
I remember that.
There were some coaches in the war room bitching about J.C. Horn. Obviously, Surtain was the pick, regardless of the big contract that Carolina gave.
He earned
J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn hadn't done shit in this league. He's been nothing but injured. Surtain is a lockdown.
He just got $100 million, by the way.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Welcome to the sunset.
But
these owners are hurting themselves by giving these mega deals.
They're like, oh, monkey see, monkey do. That's what they're doing.
My God. I am glad that
CZ,
Dallas didn't overpay for some of these people.
You know what it is, CZ? It's not that it's weak. I wouldn't say the draft is weak. It doesn't have the high, like the highly touted guys at the top of the draft. There's very few of them. Whereas I think you're going to get where the strength of this draft is, CZ, in my humble opinion, is in the 2nd round, the 3rd round, and the 4th round, which is why I'm okay with trading down to get
more picks.
2 second. And I'm okay with it, because I can get another player in that range. That's all. And I would be okay with trading 2 5s or all 3 of our 5s to get back up in the 3rd round. I would be okay with that because we got 2 6s. We could trade them to get into the 5th if we want, So that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. You want to be 2, 3, and 4. So.
You want to know the ultimate screw job? Make you feel better, Randy and Brian?
What's that?
How they screwed the entire league got screwed over with Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yes, that was just Cleveland being Cleveland, though. I hate to say that.
I bet you every owner went, what?
Yeah.
Yes, you can't do stuff like that.
Oh,
you just
my
can't.
God.
Brian is correct. You can get the same quality
everybody.
From yes,
everybody.
Yes. That's why Linda, I'm okay if Genty's gone to use McMillan to trade down with Seattle to 18 and get that. I would ask for 50, but they'll probably give you 52. I would be okay with that. So now you're drafting 18, 44, 52, 76. That's 4 top 76 players. And then I think our 4th pick is what, 120? Something like that.
No, our next pick is 149.
No,
but you actually could trade those picks. Did you trade your picks for next year's picks, maybe?
Again, you lose a lot of value when you do that. So,
well, I mean, we don't even have a backup quarterback right now, do we?
No. We got Will Greer.
Hey, and the bad thing is, I heard today that they're talking about talking to the quarterback that just left us, that we traded a 4th for from 49.
Mr. Irrelevant now.
No, we're bringing him back.
That I heard they were talking about bringing him.
No, they're talking about Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, that's who.
Trey Lance.
What? Why?
Mr. Irrelevant.
I don't know.
But Trey Lance is talking to the Rough Riders. He's going to the Canadian Football League. If you don't get
I seen that.
So
is he?
How bad? But no, he didn't. He's saying that's who's reaching out to him. He'll make more money being a backup in the NFL. But how bad? Number one, how bad was that on the Niners for trading up to get Trey Lance? And then how bad is it on Dallas to double down and to trade a 4th-round draft pick? And then they did it again this year, Randy, with Mingo.
I know. Whether
we
could imagine the running back we could have had last year. We could have had Bucky Irving last year.
I had a double left with a San Fran fan and the Dallas fan. I just looked at him like, Trey Lance,
Yeah, and then they get ahead and gave him like a 4th-round pick when nobody would.
Yeah, I know.
That was your baby right there.
But you know what, Brian?
The biggest this year.
The biggest problem that I had with Trey Lance, the coaching staff could have used him in wide receiver. They could have did things with him that I think he would have been good at. And they didn't do nothing. That's why I'm glad that coaching staff is gone.
He's a great runner. He just couldn't throw.
That's what I'm saying. We could have used
a turnover machine.
You put him out and run
I mean, he had 4 turnovers, 2 pick sixes in a preseason game.
But for a quarterback,
in a preseason game,
he struggled with throwing.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
it.
How do you get turnovers in a preseason game?
You can't make it up, Linda. You cannot make it up.
He got paid sitting on his ass. That's funny. That's the funniest thing. He got paid sitting on his ass.
Think about that statement that Loyal just said. Well, he was a great runner, but for a quarterback, he struggled throwing the ball.
He did.
When he threw it.
He struggled throwing the ball after 4 years.
How is it we can see that, but our own ownership, that billion-dollar owners, can't see it? How is that?
They drinking too much of that Johnny Walker Blue.
I guess.
Too much glory hole. Way too much glory hole.
Oh my God! Tap the brakes on Mingo. Ricky, I love the player when he came out of college. I didn't like his body language last year. Me and Randy talked about it. I'm not going to crap on Mingo. I'm not.
No.
I'm going to give him a chance. But he ran right to the excuse when they went to him. Well, I haven't had time. No, when you go to a new team, you don't leave the effing facility. As of now, you're a failure in this league. You
should have just said, I need to do better.
Yeah,
that's what you needed to say.
Yes.
Live at the facility 18 hours a day. You learn the playbook. You know what he said? Well, I was struggling to get the playbook, but I came in here mid-season. I'll be better this offseason. Dude.
That's all you had to say.
But don't you have any sense of urgency? I mean, Amari Cooper came in when we traded for him and instantly made Dallas Cowboys a better team. Instantly.
That was a good one.
He turned our season around. We were like 3-5 and won the division and made the playoffs.
I think we played the Titans on Monday Night
They should have left. They actually should have left them in and let that feel some
more. I think we lost the game, but he had a hell of a game.
And the way you're going to Dallas,
Fucking ridiculous, man. That'll be the line of the day. For a quarterback, he struggled passing, but he could run. I love it.
Well,
it's the truth, though.
You're right.
It is the truth. He couldn't throw a lick.
Put him in Australian rules football.
What the hell is a
he would be good in a Wildcat, I think. But that's about it.
Our coach wouldn't change what he does, Loyal. That's why
that's the problem.
He was stuck in his way. Well, this is the way I do it. You don't like it? This is the way I do it. I won a Super Bowl doing it.
Let's just run it up the middle on 3rd and long. Yeah.
So it sounds like a Bill Belichick maneuver.
You could never stop learning. That's the thing. Because what you do last year, people are already trying to beat it. So you got to continually be learning and doing different things. That's why I respected Romo so much, because every year, remember, he would go into the offseason and say, I'm going to get better at something else. And don't you know, he would come back in that next year and he would be a better this. And he would be remember, he would work on his release. Problem is with Romo, he didn't have an NFL body. He had a golfer's body that, he didn't have an NFL quarterback's body.
Well, I think by the time they finally Dallas got their stuff together with offensive line and everything else, at that point, Romo was done. He was beat up.
Yeah, he was.
I think that if Romo would have, they tried to build that team up for Romo. And then that's when Dak came in and Dak had the success. He
was too busy doing, what's her face? Simpson, yeah. Jessica Simpson.
And walking in Skechers and all that. Yeah.
He was Cowboying it up with Jason.
But he got the heck beat out of him. I'm going to tell you. He got
but at that point, by the time they got a good line, he was beat up.
Yeah. Yes,
he got his head served. Head served on a platter.
He got hurt in that preseason game. He slid down and went on him, and that was it.
Yep.
That
sure was.
But he did come back, though, that last game. You remember?
Yes, against Philly. It was against
the
Philly.
Eagles. It looked pretty good, and that was it.
It did. I saw that game.
It's the skank. That's what was his downfall. It was the skank Jessica Simpson. Sorry, ladies. Sorry. It was the skank Jessica Simpson that ruined.
Well, she was the original Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she
before.
Was.
Remember, guys, what was that? What's his name? Said the Rocky. Women weaken legs.
He's getting mad. Oh, sorry. You knocked him down. Won't you try knocking me down?
What are you waiting for? Queens.
What do I stink, Mick? Was my house stink? Nobody beats up a Dak blow up. Oh God, why did I read that?
Oh God, what is that?
He didn't look that bad either. I feel like a Kentucky Fried Idiot. Yeah, Dustin Bosley. That damn Cabo trip. And then the Giants doubled down and were on a boat. Remember that? That was your
Justin Bieber.
Oh,
that was your downfall.
I'm like,
Jesse.
what is I'm like this? What is you doing?
They're all stretching out in their little string bikinis, the dudes. It's like something you see at a grinder. They were hanging out on a boat.
You do that after you win.
I think Diddy was on that boat.
Well, Romo when Whitney did it too. That one year they went on vacation during the bye week.
Yeah,
they
went to Cabo. Him and Jason Witten. They came back. They couldn't run.
Yeah, the best record in the league.
They were
all y'all think about going on vacation.
Let that happen? I don't think so.
Trey Lance needs to go down to the smaller league and then learn a little bit. Mark Hutchins says, "Damn those."
That's why he's going to Canadian League.
It's funny now, but that Dallas Cowboy team was
hilarious.
One of the best teams I can remember. And we lost at home. Patrick Creighton drops a ball.
Yes, that was
that slant would have been a touchdown or field goal range for sure.
Yeah, and we would have won the game, most likely. And that was just think about this. We lost because Patrick Creighton dropped the ball going into the end zone, wide open, perfect pass, and the Giants went on to win the Super Bowl.
And Patrick Creighton, he was talking all kinds of crap. Remember when we played New England?
Yeah.
That year we got our butts handed to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well if we play, they don't want to play us again. If we play them again, we're gonna, and he ends up costing us."
He's one of those guys who ran his mouth and never backed it up. Guess what
they did, Law? Guess what they did with that, Law? They put it right in the bulletin board. Look what happened.
Yeah.
So the fact that our defense gave up like 2 easy touchdowns like before halftime, which was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you did. I was like, what are you doing?
That curl route to Plexico Burris that before halftime that went for a touchdown was fucking ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
It was. But I love that team. Remember? I mean, that was a good team. I believe we had DeMarco Murray, right? That was.
Well, you got to give Bill Parcells credit for that team.
Yeah,
but the problem is, see, when Bill Parcells was there, they were disciplined. And it's like, you
like Will Campbell,
school, you let the kids out for summer, they go wild. That's what happened. Once Bill Parcells left, And Wade Phillips got there. They was like, we're gonna have fun, and they lost focus.
I think Diddy was on that.
Oh
boat.
yes, they did.
I
They let
do
the
think
dogs
he was
out
on the boat with.
At that point in time, there was a lot of
Odell
bad coaches.
Beckham.
We'd have had Parcells, I believe we would have won that
LeBron
game.
was the
and
mate
the
on
Super
the
Bowl.
boat.
Loyal, I agree with you because I tell you what, when Parcells had the Giants, Parcells had the Giants, he had on lockdown. He had LT on lockdown.
Oh, people were scared of him.
Lawrence Taylor admitted, he said,
even
I was
now,
scared of that
even
man.
now to this day, and Bill Parcells is in his 80s, people are still scared of that dude. He's just an intimidating dude, man.
Lawrence Taylor interviewed him, but when they got him, it's like, one man I feared was Bill Parcells because nobody would raise their voice to him.
Yeah.
Philly D. Shockey play with the Eagles?
Yeah.
Did he? Jeremy Shockey?
He didn't do shit,
I remember
though.
Shockey.
Yeah.
Play with the I don't remember him with the Eagles.
Shockey was shot by then. He was washed.
I know he played with the Giants and he played with the Carolina Panthers.
Yep, he played with the Giants. I remember him. He was a good player.
I didn't know he played with the Eagles.
Ultra, I'm not a big Joey.
Yeah, he was shot. Guy. He was already done.
Diddy don't give you a pity. Oh God. Diddy's gonna get off. By the way, he's gonna get off.
Money.
No, he won't.
You think?
No, he won't.
He's gonna get off.
All those stars and all those people up there, higher ups up there. Now he's a scapegoat. He's the scapegoat.
He's unloading. There's somebody bigger than him.
Yeah, and that they want him. He want him to take the bullet.
Yeah.
Because all those.
Well, Diddy's the one who. He came out and said it. Diddy's the one who poisoned Jamie Foxx. Remember when Jamie Foxx about 3-4 years ago almost died? He was poisoned.
I can't wait.
He drugged him.
I remember. I watched the Jamie Foxx
he came out and said
stand-up comedy he had recently. He said he had a stroke.
Yeah, that was from Diddy.
Look up. That's coming out. That VIP, the VIPs who went to the parties. There's a whole list there. It's been out.
It's a lot of stars.
Yeah.
A lot of stars, a lot of politicians.
LeBron James was in a maid outfit.
Tell you that movie, you guys got to watch Blink Twice on Netflix. That's kind of what that reminds me of.
Yep.
Yeah. It's called Blink Twice. That was like the Diddy party.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
very funny, Ultra.
Yeah.
I just seen
Diddy
that.
came out of Jesse's.
Yeah, he came out the birthday cake and went flying out the door when I got a hold of him.
Hey, Ultra, Dank DeMoss, she was at that party too, right?
Yep.
She was there.
Happy birthday.
She had her baby
there, and he was one of the girls.
Happy birthday.
She was like, "Hey, Ultra."
Hey, Ultra. I feel like you're sexy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
There it is, baby. Diddy's singing happy birthday to Jesse.
Really?
That's who it was. Dax. I can't read that.
Oh, God.
Anytime I feel that the Cowboys got the Micah contract deal done, that they're keeping it hush hush.
See Jerry going to Diddy party.
You give them way too much credit. Way too much credit. They're waiting till the last minute. I think they like.
Drew Dank, she came out of the cake.
Oh, Dank DeMoss. Oh my God.
She busted. They had a big old cake there, and she busted out of it.
Dank, not Dank.
The Cowboys want us talking about the Micah contract.
Sure wasn't Lizzie?
No, look, our Lizzo lost weight. They said.
Yeah, I saw her the last time. She's there, but he keeps finding her.
No.
Dank ate the cake.
Ate the cake.
If I tell you to get out there, I don't give a fuck if you got a thong up your fat crack. Get out there!
Oh shit, we're having too much fun here tonight. Oh my God, they don't have enough Diddy oil for Dank. Yeah, that again. I don't want to get too all. I don't want to. I'm not going to say what's on my mind.
You're feeding Ultra. You're feeding Ultra when you say stuff like that.
I'm surprised he hasn't thrown Mark in the mix here with the Diddy party.
It's coming.
Oh yeah. So is Mark.
But anyway, all right, everybody. I think we're gonna get out of here. If everybody hit the like for me on the way out, another live stream, come and gone. It was fun. It was just I thought it was funny today, but whatever.
Yeah,
It is what
like
it
the
is.
draft is taking forever to get here.
Yeah, and we're not going to be happy after the draft's over. So it is what
4
it is.
weeks from Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be here, so it'll be fun. Definitely, I'm glad I'm not going to Green Bay. I don't have it in me to go to that. You know, it's like ridiculous.
Is your balls off again?
Well, that and everything's expensive, and you're like miles and miles away, and it's just ridiculous. They don't.
It's just like it's not
They
worth it.
should
It's
not be
worth it
having
or
the
whatever.
draft. I'm sorry, they don't have the accommodations. The draft should be in a warm weather place.
The one in Philly wasn't bad.
No, the one in Philly.
Good.
I wish I would have went to it. I didn't go to it, but
You would have liked it. You really would have liked it.
yeah.
I went to it. It was great.
I think it should be in Vegas every year. I think
Yeah,
that would be the
a
best.
good
look
spot
at you.
for it.
Well, I'm saying that because everything's right there, you know. So, but anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for everybody watching. Hit the like button for me. I would appreciate it. And I put the channel members. Everybody's saying they can't find a channel membership. Well, it's pinned at the top. If anybody watches it on replay, you want to be a channel member.
You'll see it.
There
That's
it
how
is.
I got in.
And everybody, don't forget the merch shop is there. That's the best way you could support me. YouTube doesn't get any of that. So, all right,
You
everybody.
got good merch, guys. Trust me.
I am out of here, and I'm at work tomorrow early. I'll try and get a video in the morning, but I'll definitely have a live stream when I get home from work. So, all right, I will talk to everybody. Have a good night.
All right, guys.
Late.
Y'all have a
Take care.
good
Good night,
one.
guys.
See you.
Take care, everybody.
Late.